Discipline is the key that unlocks a door to success. It's the glue that holds together your ambitions, your dreams, and your actions. We often hear people say, I want to be successful, but success is not something you wish for, it's something you build. You don't just wake up one day and find yourself at the top. You get there by consistently taking small actions that lead you in the right direction. These actions, the ones you repeat day in and day out, are fueled by discipline. When you don't have discipline, you lack the structure to channel your energy. Without it, you become distracted, moving from one thing to another without ever fully committing to anything. You might try again, but without a solid plan, you'll find yourself starting over each time, never making real progress. Success requires focus, requires discipline. It's as simple as that. Think about the most successful people you know. Whether it's an athlete, an entrepreneur, or a teacher, what do they all have in common? They wake up early, stick to their routines, and put in the work even when no one is watching. They don't let the distractions of life pull them away from their goals. They may experience setbacks, but they continue to push forward, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. They know that discipline is the foundation of their achievements. Now, let's be honest, discipline isn't easy, it's a challenge. It's not glamorous or fun in the moment, but the results are undeniable. If you want to create something meaningful in your life, you have to understand that discipline is non-negotiable. You have to prioritize the tasks that move you forward, and that often means saying a no to things that might feel good in the short term, but won't serve your long-term vision. Think about it. If you're trying to get healthier, you can't just eat well for a week and expect to see lasting change. You can't go to the gym a few times and think the results will just appear. It requires a lifestyle change. It requires discipline to wake up early, make the right choices every single day, and resist the temptation to take shortcuts. You're not always going to feel motivated to do it. Discipline tells you to show up anyway. It's what gets you out of bed in the morning and keeps you on track when things get tough. Discipline is also about consistency. It's easy to commit to something for a few days or weeks, but it's the people who show up every single day that make real progress. Success isn't about doing something extraordinary once in a while. It's about doing the ordinary things consistently and mastering them over time. Whether it's writing for 30 minutes every day, practicing your craft, or developing your skills, distant actions lead to big results. Success, after all, is not an overnight phenomenon. It's the combination of consistent efforts put in over time. In our modern world, distractions are everywhere. Our phones, social media, endless notifications, these all pull us in a million directions, making it easy to lose focus. But success doesn't happen when you're constantly looking for something new or scrolling through someone else's life. Success happens when you make a commitment to yourself and your goals and you stick to it no matter what. Discipline also teaches us resilience. Life is not always going to be smooth sailing. There will be days when everything seems to go wrong. There will be times when you feel like giving up. But discipline is what helps you push through when the going gets tough. It helps you stay focused on the bigger picture. It helps you remember why you started and gives you the strength to keep going when all you want to do is stop. Think about a time when you've had to stick with something difficult. Maybe it was a project at work, a fitness goal, or a personal challenge. In that moment, you probably didn't feel like continuing. You may have wanted to give up, but something inside of you said, keep going. Just one more step, just a little further. That push is discipline. And let's not forget that discipline is not just about doing things you don't enjoy. It's about creating habits that align with your vision. It's about setting boundaries for yourself. When you build discipline, you create the structure that helps you make the best choices for your future. You don't waste time on things that don't matter. You learn to say no to distractions, no to things that steal your energy, and yes to the things that propel you toward your goals. So what does it take to build discipline? It starts with awareness. You have to understand where you are right now and where you want to be. It's about setting clear goals and identifying the daily actions that will help you get there. It's about understanding that small, consistent actions lead to big outcomes, but it's also about forgiving yourself when you slip up. Building discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it. The path to success is not an easy one. It requires hard work, persistence, and above all, discipline. It means doing the things you don't feel like doing. It means staying focused, staying committed, and staying consistent. It means setting the foundation for success, brick by brick, day by day. Discipline is the key that unlocks your potential. So if you want to succeed, fix this now, start with discipline. Because without it, success is nothing more than a dream. Motivation is a powerful force. It can make us feel invincible, capable of accomplishing anything we set our minds to. It's the spark that ignites action, the fuel that gets us started on our journeys. But here's the harsh truth, motivation doesn't last. It comes and goes, influenced by our moods, the circumstances around us, and the emotions we're feeling at any given moment. One day you might feel driven and eager to tackle your goals, but the next day you might feel drained, uninspired, or discouraged. And that's where discipline comes in. Motivation will never be enough on its own to sustain your success. It's a fleeting emotion, often dictated by how you feel in the moment. That's why you can't rely on motivation to push you through the tough times. It will fail you. It will disappoint you. Motivation is like a wave. It comes in strong, but it recedes just as quickly. But discipline is like the tide. It's constant, it's reliable, it's unwavering no matter what kind of day you're having. When you depend solely on motivation, you're building your progress on shaky ground. Motivation can be a great start, but if it's the only thing that drives you, you'll find yourself stuck when the motivation fades. This is why many people give up on their goals. They start with great enthusiasm and energy, but when the initial excitement wears off, they find it hard to keep going. They wait for motivation to strike again, but it rarely does, at least not with the same intensity. And so they quit, assuming that they're just not cut out for success. This is where discipline takes over. You rely on when motivation is gone. It's what gets you up when you don't feel like getting up. It's what keeps you working when you'd rather rest. When motivation fades, discipline pushes you forward. It's the difference between talking about your dreams and living them. Discipline is about committing to your goals, regardless of how you feel. It's about doing the work even when you don't feel inspired. It's what turns the things you want into things you achieve. You've probably experienced times when you felt incredibly motivated. Maybe you set a new goal, read a motivational quote, or listen to an inspiring speech. And for a moment you felt like nothing could stop you. You were excited, energized, and ready to take on the world. But motivation is a fickle thing. One day you feel on top of the world, and the next you're feeling drained, defeated, and questioning if it's all worth it. That's the reality of motivation. It's not always consistent, and if you wait for motivation to push off, waiting for a long time. Discipline, on the other hand, doesn't depend on how you feel. It's not about waiting for the right moment or for the stars to align. Discipline is a commitment to your goals, whether you feel like working or not. It's the ability to show up even on the days when you don't feel like it. It's the understanding that success isn't built on bursts of motivation, but on the steady, consistent actions that you take day after day. Imagine trying to get in shape. In the beginning, you might feel highly motivated to go to the gym, eat healthy, and stick to your fitness routine. You're excited, energized, and ready to see results. But a few weeks in, life gets busy. You don't have time to go to the gym, you're tempted by unhealthy food, and you start to feel the weight of your commitments. Your motivation begins to slip. That's when discipline kicks in. Discipline doesn't let you skip the gym just because you're tired. Discipline doesn't let you eat junk food just because it's easy. Discipline says, get up, keep going, it's worth it. And it's the reason why, in the long run, discipline will always outperform motivation. Discipline builds the muscle of consistency. Motivation alone can't do that. Motivation might get you to the starting line, gets you through the entire race. It's discipline that ensures that even on days when you'd rather give up, you push through. It's discipline that gets you up early, gets you working late, and keeps you going when the excitement of starting something new has worn off. Motivation is an emotional response to a moment. Discipline, however, is an emotional choice. You choose discipline every day, whether you feel like it or not. And the more you choose it, the easier it becomes to keep choosing it. Discipline builds momentum. The more you stay committed to the process, even when it's hard, the more you begin to build habits that support your goals. It's in the small, consistent actions, like setting your alarm, working on your goals for a set amount of time each day, or choosing the healthy option, that success is born. It's important to understand that discipline doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean you won't ever miss a day or make a mistake. Discipline is about being consistent, not flawless. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's about continuing to take steps forward, even if they're small. It's about refusing to quit, even when the motivation has long since disappeared. In the end, you can't rely on motivation to carry you to success. Motivation will come and go, but discipline is what sustains you. Discipline is what turns your dreams into reality, step by step, action by action. It's what keeps you going when motivation fades away. So stop waiting for the perfect moment to feel motivated. Start building discipline today and watch how it transforms your ability to achieve what you once thought was impossible. We often look outside us for reasons to succeed. We point to our circumstances, our environment, the people around us, or even luck as factors that will determine whether we succeed or fail. But the truth is, the power to create the life you want has always been inside you. Your ability to transform your life to make something meaningful is not determined by external forces. It's determined by you, by the decisions you make, the discipline you build, and the actions you take. If you've ever felt like life is happening to you or that things are out of your control, I want to challenge that thought. You have the power to choose, to make decisions that align with your goals and values. You can create the future you desire, but it starts with acknowledging that you are the one who has to take the first step. It starts with the understanding that your actions, no matter how small, are what will shape your reality. It can be easy to feel like you're stuck, like you're caught in a cycle of waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, or the right circumstances to come along. We sometimes believe that we need to have everything figured out, or that we need someone else to give us permission to move forward. But the truth is, the moment you realize that you are the one who gets to decide how your life unfolds, everything changes. You see, discipline isn't just about doing the right things when it's easy. It's about doing what needs to be done regardless of the external circumstances. When you take ownership of your life, you stop waiting for the perfect conditions. You stop making excuses. You stop blaming others for your lack of progress. Instead, you start focusing on what you can control. And when you start controlling your own actions and making decisions based on your values and goals, you're not just waiting for success to find you, you're creating it. One of the most empowering things you can do is to realize that you can change your life at any moment. Success isn't a destination. It's a process, a journey, and it begins the moment you decide to take responsibility for your choices. When you take ownership of your life, you stop being a victim of your circumstances and become the creator of your future. It's in your hands. This realization doesn't mean that everything will be easy or that there won't be obstacles along the way. Far from it, challenges are a natural part of the journey. But when you take ownership of your life, you understand that obstacles are not the end, they are opportunities for growth. They are lessons that shape you, strengthen you, and prepare you for the next phase of your journey. Every time you encounter a setback, you have a choice. You can either let it define you, or you can rise above it, learn from it, and keep moving forward. And here's the beauty of it all. The more you take responsibility, the more you will start to see your own potential. You'll begin to see how much power you have in shaping your own life. It won't be an easy road, but it will be your road, one that you have built through your choices, your actions, and your discipline. You'll stop waiting for someone else to change your life, or waiting for life to hand you an opportunity. You'll start creating those opportunities for yourself. One of the most important aspects of taking control of your life is creating habits that align with your goals. It's easy to let life happen to you when you're not intentionally designing your days. But when you take responsibility, you become the architects in your future. You start making decisions that support the life you want to create. You begin to see that everything you do, every action you take, is a step toward or away from the person you want to become. So don't wait for life to hand you success to align. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity or the perfect conditions. The perfect moment doesn't exist. It's in the small everyday choices that you make that success begins to take shape. And the more you make decisions based on your vision, the closer you get to making that vision a reality. Another critical piece of this is belief in yourself. You must believe that you are worthy of success and that you are capable of creating the life you desire. Self-doubt is one of the greatest barriers to progress. It will convince you that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes, or that you're too far behind. But belief is the key that unlocks your potential. The more you believe in yourself, the more you will take action, the more you will see progress. Remember, belief is not about having all the answers or knowing exactly how everything will unfold. It's about having faith in your ability to adapt, learn, and grow. It's about trusting that you have the inner strength to overcome any challenge that comes your way. When you believe in yourself, you are no longer paralyzed by fear or doubt. You move forward with confidence, knowing that no matter the obstacle, you will find a way through it. As you take responsibility for your life, remember that every step you take toward your goals is a step toward your growth. You may face challenges, you may face rejection, but these are not signs of failure, a part of the process of becoming who you are meant to be. The path to success is never linear, but the more you own your journey, the more you will find that you're capable of handling whatever comes your way. The life you want is not out of reach. It is within you, waiting to be realized. But it starts with you taking control. It starts with making the decision today to stop waiting for external factors to change your life and start creating that change yourself. You have the power to create the future you want, and it begins with the actions you take right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the truth is you are more capable than you often give yourself credit for. The road ahead may not always be easy, and there will be moments when you feel uncertain, but always remember, you hold the key to your own success. You can sit back and wait for life to give you the perfect opportunity, or you can decide today that you will create your own opportunities. You have the power to take charge of your journey, to shape your own path, and to build the life you want. It's in your hands, so stop waiting. Stop making excuses. Start taking responsibility. Stop believing in yourself. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward the life you deserve. Trust in your abilities, trust in your discipline, and keep moving forward. Because at the end of the day, success isn't something that's given to you. It's something you create through your actions, your persistence, and your commitment to never quitting. Now is your time. Don't wait for the perfect moment, create it. The life you want is yours to build. So start today, take control, and never look back. Thank you.